Hey guys, welcome back. Today I have swatches to share with you for the April Hella Handmade Creations. Hella Handmade Creations is a monthly collaborative website where indie makers will go and contribute a polish based on a theme. The theme is individual to each maker. I will go over what each theme is as we go through the polishes, but they are all available and exclusive to Hella Handmade Creations. I will have that website linked in the description box for you down below. The pre-order for Hella Handmade Creations is already open, and it runs through the 21st at 11:59 Hawaii time is when it will end. Please allow up to 4 weeks for shipping and delivery to take place after the pre-order ends. I will go over pricing information and all of that as we go along with each polish. Again, I will have Hella Handmade Creations linked down below for you, so you can head on over to their site and check out a bunch more polishes and a whole bunch more swatches. So I have 7 things to share with you today. Why don't we go ahead and get started? First up, we have by Dany Vianna's If I Were a Rose. This is going to sell for $12.50, and there are a cap of 100 bottles. What this means is there are 100 bottles available. Once they sell out, this will no longer be available. This is inspired by Sierra Burgess is a Loser and is part of her mixtape series. It is described as a sunflower yellow crelly with a mix of brown metallic glitters and holographic flakes. This polish had a fantastic formula. It went on very smoothly, very evenly. I had absolutely no application issues whatsoever. For a yellow, this was such a pleasure to work with. It was opaque for me in 2 coats. This is a pigmented yellow, so I would recommend a base coat to protect your nails from any kind of staining that may occur. I didn't experience any, but I only wore it for the duration of the swatch, so I can't comment on longevity. This polish will dry with a little bit of texture because there's glitter in there, and it will be a little bit difficult to remove, but I'd put it at like a 6 on the scale of like 1 to 10. And there you have 2 coats and a glossy top coat. This next polish is from Cuticula, and it's Brave Enough. This is going to sell for $12.50, and there is no cap. This was inspired by Lindsay Sterling. This is described as a royal purple holographic base with shiny metallic flakes in turquoise blue and rose gold. This polish is so pretty, and it had the most amazing formula. It went on very smoothly, very evenly. It was close to being opaque in just a single coat. I had absolutely no issues with it. I wore it for at minimum of a day, and I had no staining, and I didn't wear a base coat with it, I don't think. But this will, I don't remember it drying textured either, and it was not difficult for me to remove at all. So there you have Cuticula's Brave Enough with a glossy top coat. This next polish is from Kathleen & Co., and it's Pink Diamond. This is going to sell for $12.50, and there are 150 bottles available. This was inspired by a pink diamond and is next in her Birthstone series. This is described as a pink hollow base with pink and silver hollow micro glitters. This polish had an excellent formula. It does start off a bit sheer, but it was able to build to near opacity in 3 coats. I stopped at 3. I was happy. There's just so much glittery blinginess going on in there that it is not going to be noticed by anybody but you if there is the tiniest bit of nail line visible. It is super pretty, and the formula is amazing. It went on smoothly, evenly, stayed where I put it. I had no application issues. This polish is a lot of glitter, so it will be a little bit difficult for you to remove, and it will dry with a little bit of texture, but I was able to get it nice and glossy with 1 coat of a glossy top coat. So there you have Kathleen & Co.'s Pink Diamond with a glossy top coat. This next polish is from Lollipop Posse Lacquer, and it's called To Live Life. This is going to sell for $13, and there is no cap. This was inspired by Adventure Time's Jake the Dog, and it is the last in their Adventure Time series. This is a heavily shimmered base that shifts between orange, gold, green, and shades of pink and red that's accented with pastel green gold shifting flakes and holographic microflakes. This polish had an excellent formula. It went on smoothly and evenly. I didn't have any application issues whatsoever. It is so shimmery, and it just kind of glows. It has this like ethereal kind of greenish yellow glow to it, and it's very, very pretty. I really enjoyed this polish. I had no application issues. This was just a joy to work with. It didn't dry textured, and it did not give me any kind of difficulty to remove. Next up, we have LynB Designs Red Jamie. This is going to sell for $13, and there will be 250 bottles available. This is her next polish in the Outlander series, and it is described as a deep red-based multichrome that shifts from black to purple to red to orange with added hollow flakies. This polish had a wonderful formula. It starts off a bit sheer, but it has so many of those little elements in there, I suspect, that it is just so that they pop and sparkle, and oh boy, do they sparkle in here. This polish is so nice and sparkly. It's had a wonderful formula. It's a little bit, to me, on the jelly side, and I really enjoyed it. I had no application issues whatsoever, no running, no pooling. I had no staining. This polish did not dry with texture, and it was not difficult for me to remove. So my final swatch of Red Jamie with a glossy top coat. Up next, we have Pampered Polish's Couch Burners. This is going to sell for $12.50, and there is no cap. This is the next polish in her Bob's Burgers series, and it is described as a bold boysenberry jelly loaded with a variety of silver, platinum, holographic, and iridescent flakes, accompanied by a smattering of scattered hollow. This polish had a wonderful formula, went on very smoothly, very evenly. It stayed exactly where I put it. I had absolutely no application issues with this. There was no running, no pooling. I did wear this one for at least a day, and I had no staining with it. I don't believe I wore a base coat with it either. This is just such a delicious kind of color. I love these like raspberry, boysenberry type reds. They're just so beautiful. This polish is not going to dry with any texture, and it will not give you any kind of difficulty to remove. My final swatch here is showing you 3 coats of Pampered Polish's Couch Burners and a glossy top coat. And last but definitely not least, we have Red-Eyed Lacquer's But He Was Still Hungry. This is going to sell for $12.50, and there is a cap of 100 bottles available. This is the first polish in her Eric Carlisle series, and it was inspired by the Very Hungry Caterpillar. This is described as a green to gold, red to pink multichrome. This polish had a very, very good formula. It went on so smoothly, so evenly. It was an absolute joy to work with. I had no application issues. It was opaque for me in 2 coats, and it is so shifty. I probably took over 100 photos of this, just trying to get all of it captured into just like the 5 that I show. It's just absolutely a gorgeous polish, and it is just so fun to play with. If you enjoy shifters, this one is definitely for you. And it is not going to dry textured, and it will not be difficult for you to remove. So my final swatch is 2 coats and a glossy top coat. Alright guys, that wraps up the items that I have for the April Hella Handmade Creations to share with you. There are a ton more polishes available from different makers on the Hella Handmade Creations site. I'm going to have that link down below, so do be sure to go head on over there and check it out. And you can also check out a whole bunch of different swatches from each of the polishes that I showed you today. Again, the pre-order for this will end on the 21st, so if you like something, especially if it has a cap, be sure to head on over as quickly as you can and pick it up, because once it sells out, it will no longer be available. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you real soon. Bye, guys.